Hello, gang. Welcome to Bull Session, the podcast. Buck Russell here. To my immediate left is my good friend, Mr. Marcus Cross. How are you today, sir?
Marcus Cross. I'm okay.
You're good. And also, very special guest joining us today. He is the Hebrew Hammer. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome JearBear Goldberg.
All right.
Yeah, very nice. He's fighting the Idiot Seville Fighting League. He will be taking on Slim Shady Lipschitz coming up next week at the Idiotsville Coliseum for the World Lightweight Chubby Man title. So I'm actually looking forward to this fight, and we'll actually talk about it a little bit later.
Yeah, I feel like a sumo wrestler in a diaper right now.
That's awesome. I hope that diaper's not full. That's all I'm hoping for.
Well, not quite yet, but by the end of this, who knows?
Yeah. We've been, we apologize for being gone for so long for the...
Full of semen and...
for
piss,
the...
piss and semen.
For the, like...
Isn't that what they called you in high school?
Yes, no, they called me the Chill Wizard, which that was
Still
not
don't
true.
Understand what that
Anyways, no, we apologize for being gone for so long. We had a few things come up over the last few weeks. We wanted to
Will
do
had
this
diarrhea.
weekly. Who? Who had diarrhea?
Buck.
Thank you.
Buck had diarrhea.
So we were gone for a bit, and a lot of things happened while we were gone. While we were off the air.
You can't keep up with it.
We can't keep up with this. We want to thank the United States Republican Party for giving us as much great material as they possibly can when we started this. Now we've been wanting to do this for quite a while, and then all of a sudden, literally within the last few months, they just keep adding. And it's like a giant snowball of poop, because it just keeps getting better and better for everything that tends to happen for everything through.
It's raining dingleberries, basically.
Yeah, big time.
In the world.
Yeah, I mean, money talks and bullshit walks in this world, but
And
I
that's
mean,
not the weed talking for me.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Kidding, of course.
it's insane the level of shit that is running downhill.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
The one thing that I wanted to cover, unfortunately we couldn't, was on 4th of July when NPR, National Public Radio, one thing that we like to quote here on the program, decided they, for the last some 40 years, had read the Declaration of Independence on the air.
Okay, you had talked about that, yeah.
And I don't know if you heard about this, JearBear, but literally
I did.
Yeah, they literally read it for 40-some years. And they decided to, in this world where our esteemed president, orangutan, has decided to tweet every 5 minutes of the garbage and shit that comes out of his mouth, decided to tweet the entire Declaration of Independence. Now, doing that, you only get up, 180 characters when you tweet. So, literally, It's not very much. And the Declaration of Independence is pages long. So, it took them, some 200 and some tweets to... I think it was more than that. It was 2,000 now that I think of it, to get through, if I'm not mistaken. Did you get that correctly?
Can I just personally say to America that you guys are great. I love every single one of you, except for the fuckers that voted for Trump. What is wrong with you?
Wow. We're just getting out of the gate. Yeah.
You are letting this man tweet this entire thing. Come on, guys. Let's just be frank here.
Yeah.
Hebrew National hot dogs are amazing. Yeah. And Trump...
Careful the product placement. We understand they're one of your sponsors, but
yeah,
careful the product placement.
Yeah. Please. Oh, I apologize.
No, that's all right.
Trump is...
No. You're not using the correct term. It's
not
Trump. It's President Orangutan, Agent Orange.
Trump. I see.
We tend to want to use those terms because I don't... As much as it pains me to say this, okay, and we will continue with the 4th of July discussion in a moment, is the thing that pains me the most is that people, even the people that don't, that are sitting there saying he's not my president, well, unfortunately, by law at the moment, he is your president.
He is right
regardless of how you feel. I don't like him. I think he's an ass. Honestly, I think
he's got a big ass.
Yeah.
I've seen it.
I've seen better people. I've taken shits that have more intelligence
compare
than
it to
him.
Kim Kardashian's. He's got a bigger ass.
Wow, that's impressive. Kim Kardashian's got a huge ass.
Yeah, well, Trump's got a bigger one.
But honestly, for people to say that they are not his president, no, he is. By law, he is.
He
is. It may not be the law that you like.
Yeah, he is.
Not
our
everybody likes
marinara. I didn't particularly
marijuana laws, but unfortunately, we have to follow them. In fact, I was talking to someone and they were asking if marijuana was illegal in Nebraska, and that's where we're from, is Nebraska. And I'm like, no, it's decriminalized under an ounce, but after an ounce, it's a felony.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, under an ounce.
It'll be legal in about
94.
99. I'm gonna say.
I'm guessing 94. I'm gonna put.
We
I'm
have to
put a
wait.
bet on
We
that.
have to wait for like all the old blue hairs to die that are very conservative.
We have to wait for.
I'm sorry, the Fox News viewers. What?
Oops. Anyways, so let's get back to where I was.
That's in 10 years. They're all the Fox News viewers will be dead in 10 years.
We're talking about the 4th of July, people. All right. And NPR tweeted out the Declaration of Independence. And the freaking Trumpers were sitting there saying, defund NPR. They are trying to insinuate riots. They are trying to overthrow the government. They are trying to, go against our loving president, the orangest person in the world, Mr. Oompa Loompa himself. You idiots.
Does Willy Wonka know that you're missing from his chocolate factory?
Apparently not.
Because he needs to get you back.
What? I'm going to bring it to you guys. What do you think of this? Does this make... we understand that
He is the biggest Oompa Loompa there, but damn.
He was like chief Oompa Loompa. But, going to you guys,
okay.
What do you think of this? Literally, because it makes it seem like... And it really looks like that freaking... Americans are idiots.
Well,
I love my country, don't get me wrong, but I think Americans are idiots because half of the time we're not smart.
Well,
and that was a dumb move for people to be like, oh my God, NPR is doing this. Defund NPR.
No, it's his people. It's the people that love him. And and what he said on the campaign trail, I could kill somebody and it wouldn't make a difference or whatever. He's right in that sense because they honestly, he's a con man.
Absolutely.
That's what he is. He's a con man, and he's made people think, oh, yeah, he really is going to make it better for me because everybody's been ignoring me for 8 years.
Yeah.
And he's going to make things better for me. He spoke for me, the little guy, which he hasn't.
No.
That's just the con. But it's just like, okay, he's going to fix everything. So anything he says, fake news, CNN's bad, MSNBC's bad, NBC, ABC, whatever the fuck. He is... I think it's dangerous because
it's extremely dangerous.
Because he's making everybody think, any reporter, journalist, whoever, to criticize him is full of shit and they're not a reporter.
Well, they are now.
That's what. I don't want to, freak out and go, "Oh, that's dictatorship," but it is.
Yeah. No, you're getting to that point. No,
I wasn't
100% agree with you.
The biggest fan of George W. Bush, but they had an interview with him recently, and he's like, journalism is part of our democracy.
Yeah.
It's part of our democracy.
Did
that freedom of press, this is what this is. Not all of us agree with stuff but this has to go.
As much as some people hated George Bush, one thing, George Bush respected the office.
Yes, he did.
He did. He respected
Very much,
the office.
He did.
And there are things that we didn't like about him.
Journalists.
And he respected
and journalists. Critiqued him too, and that's my point.
Journalists tore him apart. Saturday Night Live tore him apart.
My point is, if you're going to be in the highest office of the land, you have to be able to take criticism, and not everybody who critiques you and asks you fucking questions is full of shit and not a journalist. Right. Asshole.
This isn't the 16th century. This is not where you're criticizing the king and he's going to cut your head off just because you called him an asshole. We're not in those times.
Exactly.
We have something called free speech. And that is protected free speech, where you criticize someone else. As long as you're not, and I know the law, as long as you're not promoting libel or slander, which most people who say he's an asshole, they're not because he is an asshole. Come on. It's just, I can't stand half the time when he opens his mouth. But half the time he doesn't open his mouth. He opens his phone and gets some. My wife criticizes me for being on my phone as much, but I'm never on Twitter or anything like that because I'm not going to sit there.
Tweets.
Right, his poop tweets. Why
4 a.m. taking a shit and has to. Stephen Hawking critiqued me again.
Yeah.
Because you're a fucking moron.
Yeah. Do you
You're
have
on the
anything-
toilet tweeting out the missile codes, fuckhead.
You're being awfully quiet over there, JearBear. Do you have anything to say here? I mean, other than now that you've kind of opened up the gates of hell
Well,
with saying, but I mean, I'm trying to.
I am cracking up laughing at what you two are doing right now. But let me make this clear.
Yes.
We, the three of us
Yes.
that are sitting right here, right now,
Excuse me.
we need to tell America what we need to do to make America great.
What do we need to do to make America great, my friend?
Well, I believe that going to making America great is going to start with us.
I totally agree with you.
Let's
150% I agree with you.
let's just make some ideas. Let's go crazy. Fuck it.
All we have to do is literally be part of. We are the revolution.
Well-
we are the people. We are the ones that.
It's supposed to be by the people, and that's why I think money needs to get the hell out of the politics,
Exactly.
so we can actually see who is technically for the people and
There-
not just lobbyists buying all our
If
flipping
you see
politicians.
something in the middle of this, there will be a link to a very good friend of ours, a friend of our podcast, Mr. Matt Beat, who has a YouTube channel, and he is a wonderful person. He did something that he does Supreme Court briefs. He basically talks about the Supreme Court cases that mean something for people, and he has done one that is Citizens United versus FEC. And it is very interesting, and that is how money got into politics, literally, because it's terrible because when they're spending millions and millions of dollars to get elected. That millions of dollars they're raising should be going to either paying off the deficit, or helping the homeless, or feeding the homeless, doing something other than getting themselves elected. Because it is a travesty when $15 billion raised just so you can be the most powerful person in the world and be an asshole in the office. Makes no sense to me why you can't help out other people. Bernie Sanders nearly, very well should have got the nomination.
Yeah, he should have.
What did he do? He raised funds himself. He took no large donations from outside private donors.
That's amazing.
Which is amazing. And I would love to look it up, but unfortunately I can't. I will do it on our first break. But how much he actually raised during that time? Do you have
Well,
an idea?
I know it was a lot.
It was a considerable amount of money.
I think it was 8 million at one time. I think it might have been 27 million.
And you gave him at least $20.
No, I gave him like 10.
Now, didn't you
I don't
guys
have any
see him
money.
speak?
Yeah.
You saw him speak, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah,
I
when he
did.
came into
yeah.
Where was that at?
It was at Mid America Center.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did he make you feel proud to be an American?
No.
No. Okay.
What?
I'm just kidding. I'll tell you, he was. I mean, he definitely is for, the people, or because he wants to do everything that we should be doing in politics, which is get the money out. Because if we don't do that, nobody can see who's for what. You can't.
No. Unfortunately,
Democrats or Republicans.
And and we are extremely liberal on the program here, and we do our best to try to show. And like we said in our first show, we will not quote any kind of news source that is not a good
Fake
news
news.
source. Yeah, no.
We won't quote the fake news.
No fake news on this program.
There will be no fake news on this program.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bernie Sanders here. We are actually glad to be
And I'll tell
joined
you
by our good friend JearBear Goldberg, who's going to be fighting Slim Shady Lipschitz at the Eddiesville Fighting League. I believe it's
Can't
Eddiesville
wait.
Fighting League 17. It is this Friday coming up, July 28th, at the Eddiesville Memorial Coliseum.
Can't wait.
Right now, you are the favorite, but you're also 100 pounds heavier than this guy in the super lightweight chubby man division. And we hate to get off topic, but can your record is what now? It's 27-1-6,
Yes.
correct?
Where are you finding these records from?
I'm looking on the internet. Is what I'm doing. I'm looking on this thing that's called the internet.
Oh, the damn internet.
Yes.
The devil.
Yes. And actually, it's quite surprising that you actually made it through the ranks and back up to get this heavyweight fight, even though you were found in a hotel room with an Asian transsexual.
Well, let's not talk about that.
Okay,
right
we
now.
won't talk about that. But
It was actually my sister. Sorry.
wow. Okay.
Made this whole interview a little uncomfortable for me.
Well, that's what happens when your sister's like that. But we'll come back. We're going to take our first break. And actually, we have to say happy trails to someone that we've had a lot of fun with as listening over our time, is good old Spicy. Spicy, we're going to miss you,
You mean
my
Melissa
friend.
McCarthy?
Yeah, that's what I meant. Melissa
Yeah,
McCarthy.
Melissa McCarthy has resigned
Yes.
as the press secretary for Donald Trump.
We'll come back here in just a few minutes. This is Bull Session, the podcast. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. There we go. Now we're back, I hope. That's all I can hope for, I guess.
Yes.
Well, okay.
What's
Welcome
the
back to
deal?
Bull Session. Buck Russell, Marcus Cross, JearBear Goldberg. Also with us. Yes. Look at that. If you saw this man,
Dude, you're ready. You're so ready.
He's ready for this fight. You
I'm
have
just
no idea.
pumped. I can barely sleep. Let's do this.
Yeah, he's still got a week to go. It's this Friday.
All I can do is work out.
The Idiotsville Memorial Coliseum.
What are you going to do all week?
Well, it's like me and you talked about before. Lots of masturbation.
Sweet. And, you
And I'm going to work out a lot.
wow, it's I think you're gonna have a good fight. I'm really looking forward to it.
With
He is
so
favored.
you're going to get your forearms, pretty strong from that.
It's a beautiful thing.
Yes, it
Life is beautiful. Everybody
It
remember
is
that.
a
You're going
great.
to give him the chokehold with those giant forearms like Popeye.
I like using my thighs.
Welcome back to Bull Session. I am Buck Russell.
I'm Marcus Cross.
JearBear Goldberg, also here.
Jared,
We are so sad because we have to say happy trails. I wish I had the music
It's actually kind of
queued up. Here's some happy trails to you. We have to say goodbye to Melissa McCarthy.
I know. God. Now, how are they going to do
Saturday-
that on Saturday Night Live now?
Saturday Night Live over the last, say, 10 years. Whoops. Sorry, I forgot to unplug something.
Your
Literally has
vibrator?
probably been not that great. Over the last probably 2 years,
Yes.
with the political situation that has been, wow, really on the air. Thanks. I can hear that.
No, did that blow him? I think that was a mic exploding.
Yeah. Jerk. Anyways,
whoa.
you're right.
what?
You're right in the cloud view, man. I'm probably gonna get it soon.
What did you eat?
Damn, that smells delicious.
Probably within the last 2 years, Saturday Night Live has really picked up and really. I mean, I think they were nominated this year for the most Emmys they have never been.
Well, they've
never
had their-
nominated
they've
before
had their
in
highest-
quite a while.
they've had their
the highest
highest
ratings
ratings,
in probably over a
In
decade.
a while, yeah.
And part is that for Melissa McCarthy playing Sean Spicer,
Well,
the now former
and Alec Baldwin doing
and
Trump,
Alec Barton
and
doing Trump. Now,
Kate
first,
McKinnon doing
who
fucking
did-
Jeff Sessions and all that other shit,
Who-
and
yes.
Kellyanne Conway. That's yeah.
Who did Trump before?
It was
Alec Baldwin.
Wasn't
Do
it
you
the guy
remember?
who did John McCain? What's his name?
Oh,
you know his name. I thought.
Bryce something.
No, isn't it that? I can't think of his name.
I can't think of it either.
Okay.
If you know, give us a call here at the program. 555 shit.
You
No,
actually-
I'm just kidding.
want them-
I don't know.
You
what
want
our
them to
phone number
shit?
is. Yeah.
Okay.
No, I can't think of it, but no. Literally, they've had some great things going on, and I think Melissa McCarthy was a guest star on the episode when it started.
Yeah, and then she just did
And then
that.
the character was so well received
Yeah.
that it came back, and she became probably one of the more popular ambulatory characters in quite a while. About as good as Larry David doing Bernie Sanders.
Yeah.
Kate McKinnon was
Well, she did Kellyanne Conway.
Kellyanne Conway and Jeff Sessions.
Yeah, and Jeff Sessions. Well, the reason why they did the Jeff Sessions thing was because Trump got pissed off. Supposedly, this is what everybody was saying at the White House or whatever, and they covered this. They said that he got mad that a woman was doing Sean Spicer. So then Saturday Night Live, anytime you tell them this shit, you're feeding the fuel for the fire.
Feeding the fire.
So then they made Kate McKinnon do Jeff Sessions almost as a, hey, yeah, well, fuck you.
Yeah,
now
well,
we're gonna do this. You know, it's just like, come on, dumbass.
First,
how does he not know that?
And at first, with Alec Baldwin doing Trump, at first I was reserved.
He got pissed off at that too.
He got pissed. I was reserved at first because I was like, Alec Baldwin, really? He's kind of. At the time, he was like, Alec Baldwin, okay, he's just popping up here and there.
Yeah.
It's like, then he gets that, and he gets Match Game. And he's fantastic in both instances. He's probably, just the way he looks. He's got that, his lips stuck out.
And he's also, I think he's hosted Saturday Night Live the most times out of any actor or something.
He's in these, I think he's hosted it over 10 or over 15 times.
Yeah, it's probably more than that.
Yeah, more than that.
It might even be like 20 or something. It's a lot. But yeah, well, and that's just it. You get pissed off at somebody imitating you and saying, "Oh, well, you're not funny. I don't watch Saturday Night Live anymore. It's not funny." Well, then
I'm not even drunk knocking my microphone over serving.
Why would if somebody's doing a really good imitation of you, that's what usually pisses people off.
Yeah,
and that's why he was pissed off.
It's so good, and literally
because
Melissa McCarthy.
Like, fuck, this guy's got me down. That's fucking bullshit.
Yeah, Melissa McCarthy's impression of Sean Spicer was
hilarious.
It was hilarious.
And he kept saying, "Oh, they overdid it" or something. He's like, "It was funny, but they overdid it." It's like, no, not really. That's the whole point of comedy on Saturday Night Live is to exaggerate something.
Go back to the beginning when freaking Chevy Chase literally tripped over a flight of stairs, acting like Gerald Ford in the 70s. Or the way that who did Ronald Reagan on there? There was a lot of people that did on Ronald Reagan.
Yeah.
Dana Carvey,
Norm Macdonald as Bob Dole.
It's Bob Dole.
I'm Bob Dole.
I'm Bob Dole. Who else? Dana Carvey as George the First.
George H.W.
As H.W. And the late great Phil Hartman as Bill Clinton.
Oh yeah, he always did Clinton.
He did Clinton. He did a considerable amount before he passed.
Yeah.
And then you have Daryl Hammond that kind of took over that, and
didn't Daryl Hammond do Trump first before Alec Baldwin?
That's right. Daryl Hammond did Trump first because Daryl Hammond was on the cast for a long time. Now he announces.
Okay.
He strictly does announcing now. He took over for Don Pardo after Don Pardo died.
Okay, I didn't know Don Pardo died.
And he died a few years ago.
Okay.
And and Daryl Hammond was a great impressionist. I won't say was. Is a great impressionist.
See, wasn't he the one that did John McCain?
He did John McCain too, yeah.
Okay. And Fred Armisen was doing Obama during the 2008 ones.
He's my bestest friend. He's 6 inches
tall. Joe the plumber is a straight shooter. Oh shit, him. He got diagnosed with brain cancer. John McCain.
Yeah.
How old is he?
He is.
81?
I'm going to find out. Can you?
I think it's 81.
Look it up. I don't have my phone near me.
How old was he in 2008 when he was running?
He was in his 70s.
Well, I know, but was 72, 73?
I think probably.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
Well, fuck, Bernie is 75, I think. Everybody wants him to run in 2020. Yeah. He'd be 78
I don't know if anyone's
or 9.
seen this, and we can actually post. Yes, go ahead.
He is 80.
He's 80 years old.
80 strong.
Yeah. Now, there's one thing that I'm not the biggest Republican fan, and not many of us are here, but there is one thing about Senator McCain is that he has a mad respect from all of us because of what he's been through in his life. And we give him our biggest thoughts, prayers, karma, whatever you go for in that route.
I don't agree with a lot of the policies, but he is a man. He is a good man.
He is a very good man. I wondered why this was getting so damn quiet.
And he is a badass.
Yeah, exactly.
So
our thoughts, prayers, karma, anything goes to him and his family. And for the orangutan to even make fun of him at all, or say that he is not a war hero.
Oh my god.
Go fuck yourself.
Get me fucking started on that.
So Sean Spicer is leaving us, so there's going to be a lot less comedy on Saturday Night Live. I have a feeling that they might bring it up.
I don't know. This new guy, he looks like somebody from The Sopranos that didn't get on The Sopranos. Yeah.
Who?
He looked this Anthony Scaramucci or whatever.
Yeah.
That's going to be their new guy that's taking over for Sean Spicer.
Well, it'll be interesting to see. I'm sad.
Well, he's going to have to. He's going to have to move freaking Attila the Hun out of the place, though. Fucking what's her name? We were just talking about her,
Melissa
but I said
McCarthy?
she's always belching up McDonald's burgers.
Oh, Kellyanne Conway?
No,
I don't know.
Sarah Huckabee Sanders.
Oh, who's she? Unfortunately, I don't know who she is.
Oh, she does. She's the one that said it was okay for Trump to attack what's her face, Mika Brzezinski or whatever. After all that, she always defends Trump and how great he is, and even when he does all these things that are
I'm
completely
great too after I take a shit.
completely anti-Christian, and Sarah Huckabee Sanders says she's like the super duper Christian, but he does all these
Is she
things.
any relation to
Well,
Mike
she's
Huckabee?
Yeah, she is, and
Okay.
he's a fucking d-bag too.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
Yeah, so there's where she gets it. But, they're such great Christians, but, they're cool with everything that... Because Jesus would have been cool with
Oh,
everything
yeah.
Trump did. Or
Of
it's
course.
doing.
Yeah.
It's said.
Yeah. The man who laid with lepers and whores is going to be fine with a white person killing a lot of brown people.
Or, just the whole... Just his whole demeanor, everything about him.
Mm-hmm.
You really think... Yeah.
What do you think?
I don't know.
Well,
What do you think? Come on, a little closer to the mic. You sound better closer to the mic.
do I really? Does this sound good?
Yes, you sound wonderful. You have
How
a
about
great voice.
How about this?
Careful, the microphone is very sensitive. It picks up everything.
Gotcha,
That's why we
gotcha.
could hear him pass gas 15 minutes ago. This thing will hear a mouse fart.
Hope that got on. You're a fucking...
I know for sure it was.
that barking spider in the corner.
It's a beautiful world.
It is. It's a
That's-
beautiful world, but it's one that I don't know about y'all, but I'm starting to get a little worried. I really am. We go back and me and Marcus have talked about this in the past, is the movie Idiocracy. And it just seems like we are starting to move into that world, like Trump is President Macho Camacho, and just people are just, do you guys agree with me on that point?
Absolutely.
What do you what do you think? Tell me.
Well,
Discuss.
when it comes to the middle class, some of us are for Trump or Drump, and most of us are not, like me and everyone else in this room.
Yeah.
So I am just a little bit scared, but not scared enough to shit my pants quite yet. Which my diaper is starting to get there.
You might want to go change yourself.
Well, let me. Yeah. Do you guys smell that?
I forgot to turn my phone down. Sorry, that's me. Email.
Oh boy. What does it say?
No, it's just an email.
Go fuck.
Hey, actually, it is from President Trump, and he says, "Go fuck yourself." Thanks, pal.
And Sarah Huckabee Sanders is going to defend that. Well,
Yeah.
he was attacked. He's been attacked all the time by this show. So he can go kill somebody if he wants to. He's the president.
It's amazing what and actually I was reading something the other day and I cannot remember what it is. It's not a reliable news source that I'm sure of. But it brought up a great thing on if Trump could pardon himself in case he was impeached or whatnot. Because there is articles of impeachment that are being mulled over in Congress currently. that I know of. I could be wrong. Some Texas senator or representative, not Texas, maybe, but somebody. They've been saying that they're going to try to do this, but if it happens to go that far and he gets impeachment, that he would not be able to pardon himself. Not like where Gerald Ford pardoned Nixon for what he did. Nixon had no way of doing it. But if you remember Nixon, and it's a famous line, the same thing that he said that Frank Langella said to, as Nixon said to,
and Frost Nixon.
Who played Frost?
It was Michael Sheen.
Michael Sheen, and he said, "When the president does it, it's not illegal."
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
That movie's a really good movie, by the way. But yeah, Frank Langella, that was the thing. He did not look anything like Nixon, but he had him down in his mannerisms and his voice and everything during that movie. It made you forget that you were even watching
Frank Langella is over 6 feet, and Nixon was not.
I didn't know how tall Nixon was.
But
he said if you're not the president, then Nixon said that.
Yeah. He said that, and that's a direct quote. Nixon said, he goes, if the president does it, it's not illegal. So, we know better now that it's true. So, we are going to take another break.
There is too much power being given to the president.
When we come back, we actually have another guest will be coming in. He's been calling me nonstop, wanting to be on the program. So we're actually going to let him on the program. He is formerly a security guard here at KMSI Radio, and his name is Carl, and he will be on the program when we return here in just, for you, it's like 30 seconds or less. For us, it's like half an hour. But he will be on here, and we'll talk about him because we're going to get in a good discussion with him because he is a big Trump supporter. And obviously, if you've noticed today, we're not. So please stay tuned. We'll be right back after this small commercial break for the Idiotsville Wrestling League. And we have returned. Welcome back to the program.
Excellent.
Segment 3 of Bull Session.
Hello,
Buck
hello.
Russell, Marcus Cross, JearBear Goldberg joining us.
Hey.
A week before his Idiotsville Fighting League bout in the super lightweight chubby man division
Kids?
against Slim Shitty Lipschitz. It ought to be interesting to see.
What's the what do you think you can beat the shit out of this guy?
I know I can. I know this is going to be a domination. And just for sponsorship, folks, don't do drugs, kids. Drugs are bad. Especially steroids, because it hurts real bad when you put it in the butt.
What about if you use black tar heroin between the toes? Is that cool?
You know, when I was in school,
Was this when you were still back in?
long time ago.
Is this when you were still back in the Holy Land?
Yes, it was. When I was on Mount Sinai.
Mm-hmm. If you didn't know, JearBear Goldberg is actually from Israel. I just wanted to let you know that.
So when me and the Jewish terrorist went to the Black Sea, he found over on the canal a piece of paper. And,
What did that paper say?
well, it had a little map on there. And this map brought us to the Holy Land of Black Tar. And he said, let's do this shit. And I said, well, what the fuck, let's do it. I already did steroids once. Because the Israelites like to do steroids.
Wow.
Only the people that work out.
Okay.
The only ones.
Impressive.
More sumo wrestling.
You don't do that now, though, do you?
No, not at all. No, it's against regulations.
Okay.
You can't do that. They drug test now.
Does it make your testicles fall off?
No, they shrink, from what I understand.
The
They
Jewish
become like blackberries, like little tiny little things that just, you look like you got nothing there, like little walnuts.
Feels like I'm wearing nothing at all.
Nothing at all.
Nothing at all.
my terrorist friend.
Yeah. What's his name? Give him a shout out on radio. What the hell?
I can't tell anyone his name because he is actually an illegal alien here in the States.
Really?
Trump will have him
Really?
motorboated and then fly back to
Motorboated.
the land.
He's
So,
motorboating.
so ladies, anyone that is interested in a Jewish terrorist, call the show.
Yeah.
555 shit.
Yes, give us a call. The lines are open. Haven't had a call all day, but hey, you never know what's going on.
He just needs someone to marry so
Appreciate-
he can become an American.
Become an American and blow shit up. There we go.
Like Apu in the House of Pima Pedlam. That'd be sweet.
So
you can stay at Quickie Mart.
we do have another guest. We're glad to have him on the program. He actually works here at KMSI Radio. He's one of the janitors here.
Oh, God.
Be nice. Look, we know we don't. We said that we were going to have both sides of the.
No, but he's like 112.
I know, but
And he still works.
yeah, I know. He still works. Would you guys please welcome to the program Mr. Carl Miller? He is the chief of security now here at KMSI Radio. He plays on the other side of the street, and I'm not talking about that he's gay or anything, but he is a Republican. He is a Trump.
Hey, what's that supposed to mean?
Well, I appreciate you coming in here, Carl. We only put you on here because your dad pays the bills. Well, not your dad, but
My dad's been dead for 50 years.
I know. I got to turn you down. You were really loud, my friend. You were just
What?
screaming into that microphone.
I can't hear what I hear.
I know. Well, we appreciate you being on the program, Carl. Thank you. Would you please tell our listeners a little bit about you? Because you've worked at this station for quite a long time. You worked on it back in the day when actually this was one of Johnny Carson's old stations back in the day.
I've been around a long time.
Yeah. You were born, what, 1917?
Hey, you asshole.
Wow. That's impressive when people that can work, that
I'm born in 1929.
1929. All right. And you've been security guard here at the station for how long? Since when? Since, what was it, 57 or 58?
63.
1963. Okay. Now, we know that you really like the orangutan.
Who?
You know who. It's the person that we're talking about, the President of the United States.
President Trump. Yeah, I like him.
Yeah. Was there a particular reason why you like him?
Well, the color of his face is actually about the color of mine right now. So I'm getting so pissed off at you.
Why are you getting pissed off at me? I didn't do anything. I asked you to be on this program because you bitched and complained the whole time.
Hey, easy. I'm just fucking with you.
Yeah, it gets pretty bad when we're sitting there and we try to get both sides of the thing because you know how liberal we are.
He speaks for everybody in the country. He likes everybody.
No,
he's uniting us.
He's uniting.
Make America great again.
No, what are you
Fake
talking about?
news.
I think you're absolutely crazy, Carl.
This is fake news.
This is not fake news.
Fake news.
Stop. Calm down. I'm gonna have to go get your nitro pills here, you old fart.
Hey, be nice to your elders.
Well, you have to be nice to me because we brought you on and made you try to respect our program. So let us talk too at the same time. All right?
Okay, easy.
Because this is a touchy subject that we're getting onto. It's politics, and you are someone who is madly in love with Trump. You think that all his...
I wouldn't go that far. I ain't no queer.
Well, you sit there and you say that, that you think he speaks for the people,
He does.
Okay, then...
White people.
So you think that all white people are all the same and that we all
I didn't say that.
You just said that he speaks
No,
the
he
voice of white
speaks
people.
for everybody.
Right, you said everybody, and then you said white people.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
That's he got majority of white vote.
Right, because for some reason during the last election that the majority of working white men believed that they were being neglected. So then we have idiots.
They were.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? So you're not...
Yeah.
See, this is why, I question myself. When
Fuck you.
Oh, really? That's great. Knock your chair over, you old fart.
Bring it on.
Now look,
Come on, bitch.
Okay, settle down. Now, we've been sitting here talking about things that have gone on in President Trump's presidency recently.
He does what he wants. He doesn't listen to anybody.
Yeah, we've noticed. With the resignation of
Well, that's
Sean.
what I like.
Okay, why do you like that?
Because he speaks for everybody.
You just keep going in circles here, man. You're not giving me any kind of answer.
You got low energy.
What?
You have low energy.
Well, it's because my testosterone levels aren't that high, and I forgot to take my vitamin D pills this morning. So excuse
All you
me.
people who are against Trump, you all have low energy. That's what he says. Y'all got low energy.
Okay, what about the idiots that sit there and want to shoot guns all the time and
What's wrong with that?
Well, just because you would also participate.
That's my right.
Yeah, it is your right. Yes, it is. But yet, what if President Trump wanted to take that away from you?
He would never take my guns away. Obama wanted to take my guns away.
Oh, really? He did?
Yes.
Okay, can you give me an example of how he wanted to take your guns away?
It was that one time.
That one time?
When he said it.
Really?
Yeah. I saw it on Sean Hannity.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's... Okay, you want to talk fake news. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I said I would never, ever have anyone that would quote Fox News on this program.
Hey!
What? Fox, you want to talk about fake news?
Fox News speaks my mind.
Yeah, and it also... When Fox News speaks, oh gosh, you got me so frustrated I can't talk right now. Jerk.
Will, are you choking on your own rage?
I'm choking on my own rage here. Did he leave?
Huh?
Did he leave?
Oh, well, yeah, somebody unplugged his mic, I guess.
Okay, sorry about. Thank you, JearBear. I owe you more than you could possibly realize that you did that for me, and I thank you very much.
Well, just come to my fight.
Yeah, and I'd rather talk to you about it. I mean, we shouldn't have brought him on. We should just keep going on about your fight. Because it's terrible. I mean, he sat there and he brought up stuff, and he had nothing to back it up with. And that seems like the typical thing a Trumper would do.
He's horrible.
Yeah. Well, he's the head of security of the station, but he's also like 95 years old.
I don't trust old white men like that.
No, you don't trust white men, period.
Well, that's because I'm an Israelite.
Yeah. Yeah, we know. But we love you, my friend.
I smell really good.
You do. You do.
You smell like popcorn.
Well, those
Popcorn and jujubes.
juju beans.
Are you going to smell like this during the fight?
Yeah, it's my defensive way of saying, do you really want to fight me? Because when you get close to me, you are going to smell the smell of your life.
Wow. What are you going to do? Like, eat Taco Bell for an hour before you come to the fight and then blow a fart or something? We've really got to, like, lowbrow at this point, but, we have to.
Well, you never know what happens when you're that close to another human being.
Exactly. I mean, this is a championship fight, so it'll be 10 rounds.
One question.
Shoot.
Have you
First of all,
ever
look.
been in the trenches at a football game?
No, I haven't played football since high school, and that was over 25 years ago.
You didn't do O-line, D-line,
No, I was,
so you're not a D-bagger?
no, I was a D-bagger. I was defensive. I was offensive defensive back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, on the commercial break, folks, we are going to do a little taekwondo. And
Well, if you're going to do Taekwondo, then I would highly suggest doing it with Marcus Cross because he is like a 7th grade black belt.
okay, and we're going to explain how he got his butt whooped
By the Hebrew Hammer,
by the Hebrew Hammer.
JearBear Goldberg.
You know it.
We thank you for joining us, man. I mean, really, I think you being on the program today has been amazing.
This is so much fun. I appreciate you two.
Yeah.
Your honesty, your loyalty to the
Sexuality.
to the gorilla ape himself.
Yeah, we don't like the guy. So,
That's pretty obvious.
well,
Do you like any of the 1%ers?
no.
Have they done anything for you?
Honestly, the only 1%er I would have any respect for would be Warren Buffett. But
You know, he's from Omaha, Nebraska.
really?
That's what I hear.
I had no idea. we live from Idiotsville, so we're a little bit short of there.
Wow, and that's the best place to live, right?
Oh, yeah. No, not really. This town is terrible.
It blows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before too long, actually, probably on our next program, hopefully you will join us again, JearBear Goldberg, after your victorious win at
We all know you're going to win.
Idiotsville Fighting League 217 against Slim Shady Lipschitz for the super lightweight chubby man title. But possibly KMSI newsman Chase Your Wife and Dick Friendly may join us in the future. It would be great to see them.
It will not be great to see them.
No? Why not? Why don't you like him?
Dick's drunk all the time.
I know he's drunk, and but he's and you're not. Well, you're high half the time, so you're just
better than being drunk.
Yeah, maybe.
Just kidding. I'm not high.
No.
On live.
A few of the other people, hopefully we may hear from some political people.
Slinky McSlink.
Slinky McSlink. Has
That
anyone
sounds
heard
like
from him in a while?
sounds like a pederast to me.
No, he's gone. Slinky McSlink is gone.
Why? Yeah. Because he was found at a fucking kindergarten somewhere playing with the kids or something.
That's about as good as Squire.
Who?
Better.
Oh, yeah, don't say that.
No, I'll get in trouble.
Yeah, you might get in trouble.
We're going to shut down the show here in just a moment because we're getting close. Segment 4 will be next. What are we going to talk about in our next segment?
I don't know.
What do you know?
I don't know. What do I know? I don't know.
I don't know.
We're going to talk all about how I dominated in the ring.
Well, maybe we shouldn't have brought this guy on. He's done nothing but sit there and talk about himself the whole time.
Well, I am a selfish prick.
Yeah, you are.
And I'm also part of
We'll be back, actually. I wouldn't mind. With the last little bit, I'd like to talk some movies. So hopefully the next segment we'll do that. We'll be back, then take a break. Segment 4 coming up next. And we're good. You feel better now?
Yes.
Welcome back to Bull Session. Buck Russell, Marcus Cross, JearBear Goldberg. Glad you could join us.
Thank you.
And this is something I've wanted to do. So this was a feature of the original Bull Session program back in the day. Is talking
Those
about
are all lies.
talking about the box office. We'll go over the box office news a little bit here.
Please stop lying.
The top 10 movies of the weekend. Now that it's out on Sunday. Shut up. We'll start off number 10. Wish Upon. You said you know a little bit about this one.
Is that a porno?
No, it's at first you think of Wish Upon as like
starring Scott Baio.
No, then that would be a really bad porno. Then, do you know anything about it?
I know that it's kind of like a teen horror thing, like the crappy B horror ones they throw out in the summer.
2 weeks on the list, $2.5 million this week, $10.5 million total.
Now it seems like they like to throw out these horror movies in the summer.
I think they're throwaway movies, honestly, is what they do.
Last year they had some actually good ones. Lights Out was good. It was a decent one.
Oh, is that the one with the
Don't Breathe was really good.
Oh, Don't Breathe was the one I was thinking of.
That was out in August.
The guy that's deaf, and he was...
No, he's blind.
Or blind.
Yeah, and they break into his house.
Yeah.
Yep.
I've seen parts of that, and that one was actually really good.
Lights Out was actually really good, too, and it was just like a PG-13 teen.
Was it about this time?
Fest.
No, it was October.
It was in June or July was Lights Out.
That's Jordan Peele did. That was
Get Out.
Get Out.
That
I heard
came
that
out
was really good.
Didn't it come out in April of this year?
It very well could. It was
or
from
March
what I
or
understand,
something?
it was really.
I heard it was
good
too, but I didn't see it.
Next up, number 9, Wonder Woman at $4.6 million in 8 weeks. It's made $389 million.
Yeah,
and it's got some staying awesome. It's got some staying power on the countdown. It is the only one that has been there for more than 5 weeks. What did you think of it, my friend?
I really liked it.
Yeah.
So when I first went in,
a little closer to the microphone so that people can hear you.
Oh yeah. So When I first went in and I saw that it was going to be 2 hours and 20 minutes,
You get a little disappointed there. Or a little.
I said, "Oh my gosh, I can't."
That was
get
the
in."
same when we saw Guardians. My wife and I saw Guardians of the Galaxy
That
Volume
was-
2, but
that
that
was
was
a
a great
freaking
movie.
good movie.
It was a good movie.
But
The first one was better, but this one was the second was really good still.
yeah, I really liked Wonder Woman. I would definitely,
you definitely do
say
her.
that you should go see it.
Number 8, The Big Sick. This has been out 5 weeks now. $5 million this week, $24.5 million. It's that romantic comedy that was produced by Judd Apatow. Is that how you say his
Yeah.
name? Judd Apatow?
I'm sure there's a lot
Rabbito.
of guys that have gotten jerked off in that movie.
Probably. It's an interesting thing about
I agree
the
with you on that one.
Number 7, this one's...
They're raving about it though. They
yeah,
say
they
it's
say
really
it's
good.
yeah, I'd say it's really, really good. Number 7, Baby Driver, $6 million this week.
I want to see that.
4 weeks on the countdown, and it is at $84.2 million.
And they only spent like $40 million on it, or $35 million on it.
Really, I thought you were
Yeah.
going to say like a lower, like a lowball number. Like
No, it was like I think it was
$40,000, but
no. They have big names in it,
they've got some very big names.
But
and the
it's-
action
yeah.
is
but they did it.
if you will,
know,
was John Wick-esque.
Yeah,
You know,
they did. I
very
mean, they
quick.
said it's really good,
Yeah.
and funny, and just outrageous and shit.
Number 6, Despicable Me 3. I have not seen the shit. I want to see it myself. $12.7 million in 4 weeks. This has made $213.3 million. It is the third one in the Despicable Me trilogy. I know a little bit about it, not much. Gru finds out he has a brother named Drew and that evil is in the family.
And it turns out that
I
he's
know that
a
one.
child molester.
This one, I've seen previews for this, and to me, it just does not seem cool at all. Valerian and the City of a Thousand Planets.
They're saying good things about it, but how much did it do? 17.
I did 17 million, and
Okay.
this is his first week. Made his debut on number 5 on the
That's
countdown
not
this
very
week.
good for a movie.
This
that
is
looks
from
like
the Hollywood
they blew,
Reporter, by the way.
They looks like they blew like $200 million in this movie
They've
because
got
it
a lot
looks
to
huge,
yeah.
like budget. Like it looks like Star Wars and Avatar. I mean, like the effects look really good, but it looks like it's a huge, huge budgeted movie, and it only pulled in that much.
Yeah, only 17 million on his first.
I just don't think people knew much about it. You know.
Up next, second week on the countdown, number 4 is War for the Planet of Apes. Made 20.4 million in 2 weeks. It made 97.8 million dollars. I have not seen this yet. I've been a big fan of these movies.
The last two were good.
The last two were good. Now
I'm hearing
Tim
this
one's
one's really good.
The Tim Burton remake.
Yeah, it was okay.
It was okay. The last two, the ones with James Franco, was the first one, which was Dawn.
Yeah.
Was that Dawn?
It was Rise.
The first one was Rise, and the
Yeah,
second one was
second
Dawn.
one was Dawn, and that had Jason Clarke in it, and
Had also the kid that played Draco Malfoy. I don't know his name. He played Draco Malfoy from the Harry Potter movies. Was in
okay.
it.
See, I don't know.
He
who
was the one that
is.
was. He was the keeper that was messing with Caesar in the second one.
Okay.
Or it might have
And
been
they-
the first one too.
And then they got
two.
Gary Oldman's in the second
Yeah.
one, and then who is it? Not Keira Knightley. Who's the girl? She was on that show on fucking CW or some shit. I can't think of her
Misha
name. She was in
Barton.
she was in one of the Mission Impossibles, like part
Oh,
3.
unfortunately, I don't know.
Oh God! Oh, she's on the show The Americans.
Oh, Kerry Russell.
Yes, Carrie Russell. She was in it too.
Kerry Russell,
Dawn for the
yes.
Planet of the Apes.
Number 3.
And Woody Harrelson's
And
supposed
Woody
to be
Harrelson's
awesome
in this one too.
the
yeah.
third one.
Spider-Man: Homecoming takes the number 3 spot, $22 million for the week in 3 weeks. Has made $251.7 million. I've heard a lot of good things about this movie. I mean, literally. But
Yeah.
I've also been told you need to see Captain America: Civil War to get. There's things in the beginning that you need to see for that, and I have not seen Captain America: Civil War.
That is one badass movie.
I've heard it's amazing.
You have
I
to
have
see
to.
it.
I have to see Avengers: Age of Ultron and Ant-Man before I can see Civil War.
Absolutely.
Number 2 is A Girl's Trip. First week on the countdown, $30.4 million.
saw
I don't
it.
know much about this
I
movie.
loved it.
You did?
No,
I didn't think so. I don't know much.
I didn't love it, and I haven't.
I don't
seen
know
it.
much about this movie, honestly.
I don't know much about biology.
My wife might know better, but she's penned up somewhere. And then the number 1 movie this week, first week on the countdown, and this is not a surprise to me at all, is Dunkirk. $50.5 million its first week. This is the World War epic.
Very, very surprised that this made number 1 because I thought Wish Upon would have been the number 1 movie.
Yeah,
Again.
no. I don't think it was ever the number one movie, but
yes, in Florida.
Dunkirk was directed by
Christopher Nolan, yeah.
It stars Kenneth Branagh is one of the stars. They've got some pretty good star power behind this
Tom
one.
Hardy,
Tom Hardy,
Cillian Murphy.
who is literally he's hot right now. I mean, literally, Tom Hardy is like probably one of the hotter actors in the
He's like
he's on fire.
He's like Zoolander. He's so hot right
He's so
now.
hot right
Hansel,
now.
he's so hot right
You
now.
can talk like Bane as much as you want.
Yeah, and I think everybody's kind of got supporting roles in this movie. I don't know if one person actually has like a main.
And it's about the Battle of Dunkirk in England.
That Mark Rylance is getting to be in a lot of movies now too. He's in it. It plays a father. He was the one that won the supporting actor Oscar for the Bridge of Spies that Steven Spielberg did.
That's the weekend box office for this week. Honestly, are you guys seeing any good movies?
When are you going to see Girls Trip?
No, I'm not.
Right.
Yeah, unless it's with you.
JearBear was the last movie you saw.
You saw Wonder Woman.
It was Wonder Woman. Yes.
Oh, it was?
Last movie I saw was Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, and it was great.
Yeah,
It was awesome.
That was very good.
I liked Volume 1 better.
The first one's
The
definitely
first one's definitely better, but the second one was still really
It was done good.
It was done good.
It was good. It's definitely worth
You know?
a watch. If you liked the first one, definitely go see it.
We also saw previews for Kingsman, the Golden Circle.
That looks cool too.
They just released a second trailer for that within the last few days.
The first one was good.
The first one was good. The second one looks really good. The one that you've probably seen is the one with Frank Sinatra's "My Way" playing in the background.
Yep.
The second one is completely different.
Okay.
It's a little different. Gives a little more
What
stature
role
of
will
what
your
it
dad
is.
be playing in it?
He'll be playing the Golden Circle.
Wow.
Because he likes golden showers. Anyways,
That man can do anything.
also we saw a preview for a terrible movie called Geostorm.
Oh, the one with Gerard Butler?
Yes, it looks terrible.
Okay, it
I'm
looks like
sorry.
Sci-Fi Channel had a budget.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what it looks like, that
Okay,
movie.
you know,
I'm just sick of the stupid disaster movies.
Yeah.
Aren't we done with that shit?
well, we had you know like when we were younger, it was like Dante Speaking of Volcano came out at the same time, and then 2012 came out,
and it was
then
Deep
all of the
Impact
Deep
and Volcano, or Deep Impact and
Armageddon.
Armageddon, yeah.
You know, it's like these disaster films do nothing anymore. And
Well-
this Geostorm, basically the
It's
U.S.
the same thing.
The U.S. has weather control satellite. Well, the weather control satellite goes out, and everything goes wrong. It's a disaster.
Have you seen previews for this?
I have not.
I saw the
actually.
Guardians is where I saw it.
Okay.
There was another movie. Last Jedi. But they keep showing the teaser. They haven't shown a new one yet. It's just the teaser for Last Jedi.
I have not actually seen any trailer for that yet.
Really?
Yeah.
When we go
It's
off
December,
the air, I
isn't
will
it?
show you. Yes, this December, I will in fact show you that. A couple things when we go off the air here. But we are pretty much running out of time. Only have a couple minutes left. We thank you for listening once again.
Shut up. Shut.
I want to thank our guests. I want to thank Carl Miller for joining us.
You really want to thank him?
No, not really, but
Is it
I
'cause
have
he's
to. They
related to you?
make me,
Because he's related to you.
No, he's no relation to me.
I don't know why.
He's
I got
relation
that
to our
information.
producer,
No.
Jeff Miller. Remember him? I want to thank JearBear Goldberg. Make sure you check him out at the Idiotsville Fighting League at the Idiotsville Memorial Coliseum this Friday night, July 29th, or 28th, excuse me. You will be fighting Slim Shady Lipschitz for the super lightweight chubby man title. We wish you the best of luck, sir, because we're really going to be watching because it's going to be a great fight, I think.
Lipschitz is gonna have so much lip all over him.
And probably many other things.
Dude, you're going to
but anyway.
sexually molest him, is that what?
Also, the female division will also be fought that night. Both the under C cup and over D cup divisions will be taken care of that night as well. And then also, I think the midget division is actually fighting that night too, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, that is a brand new division. And
I'm looking forward to that because you don't see midget fighting anymore. You really don't.
No, and we're really excited about that. I'm actually going to be at the
Are you-
commentary.
Very
table
nice.
At those fights.
So,
And,
honestly.
yeah.
And actually, Marcus Cross might be a referee that night, I heard. Is that correct?
I think it's going to be Wee Man versus Warwick Davis.
Yeah,
in
and
the
you're,
first match.
You're refereeing.
I'm joking. I don't think it's going to be
No,
Wee Man.
but you're refereeing those, aren't you?
I was trying to think of the most famous. Well, we're kind of being racist, aren't we?
You are.
Isn't it little person, isn't that what
It's
they like
little.
to be
I
called?
wouldn't say racist. Yes, little people.
Sorry, I was
Yes.
being stereotypical.
Stereotypical.
They don't like to be called midgets.
Less than a minute. Anything you got left to say? Got about 45
God
seconds.
God bless us, everyone.
Yeah. JearBear, anything? Come see him in the fight.
Rock on.
And a baby. Appreciate you being on the show, my friend.
Oh, absolutely. Thanks
Hope,
for
hope,
having
to,
me.
hope to hear you again. Next time we'll have another guest host, hopefully, along with
And
us.
who will that be?
I have no idea. We'll find out when we get
Your
there.
dad?
I hope not. We appreciate you listening to the program.
He's so wise and knowledgeable.
We had some fun and we discussed a few things, and
Fucking
we're glad you joined us. I am Buck Russell,
I'm Marcus Cross.
and this has been Bull Session. We'll see you next time. Good night and have a pleasant tomorrow.
Out.